Hello, and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast where we watch movies that we haven't seen, and then we talk about them. I'm Betsy, and with me is Trent.
I'm Trent.
That's my husband.
That's me.
Yeah, it's true. So today, we're going to watch a movie that Trent has never seen.
Yeah.
And that is 1997's In and Out.
And before we get into that, we're going to do something a little different here.
What are we doing?
These are going to be, for the next couple of movies we're going to watch, we're going to watch movies that aren't necessarily just like huge blockbusters that somehow, passed us by. It's not like super well-known movies. This is going to be movies that one of us has seen and the other hasn't.
Many times.
And we just, in the 10 years we've been together, we haven't gotten each other to sit down and watch it together.
So we're doing it.
So, In and Out.
In and Out, Trent.
I have never seen.
Why have you not seen this movie?
I have no idea what it is.
You genuinely have no clue.
Kevin Kline.
So what do you know about it? Do you know anything
I don't
whatsoever?
know. So I believe you've probably told me something about this movie because I know you really like it.
Yes.
I know it's a comedy of some kind.
Yes.
It looks like just by the poster, it looks like some kind of whimsical thing. And so, I don't know. I honestly do not have a damn clue about it.
So on the poster, it's Kevin Kline dancing in a tuxedo holding a bouquet of flowers.
Right. So I'm going to say it's at a wedding.
It's at a wedding.
The whole movie takes place at a wedding.
All right. And Kevin Kline is in it. Do you have any inkling of anyone else in this movie?
Not a clue.
So of all the movies that we have watched so far, would you say this is the biggest mystery to you?
Oh, man. Yeah. I think so. We said Kevin Kline. Now, before we started recording, I went on his IMDb page just to see if I have ever seen a Kevin Kline movie.
You have. I know you have.
I've seen the one that I picked out was a movie that he did not star in. He just had one scene in it. He's in Orange County.
I was going to say.
Is that the movie?
I was thinking of that one.
Okay.
I know you've seen that. You've also seen, I've forgotten the name now. A few years ago, Dimitri Martin made a movie, and he played his dad.
Oh, that's right. We saw that one time.
Yes, I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, I could not tell you.
So he was in that.
Okay.
Did you ever see Wild Wild West?
No.
Trent, come on, man.
Oh, God, no. No, that movie's...
I'm going to make you watch Wild Wild West.
Oh, God. We'll get to that when we do the bad movie things. The other one that I've seen, but I remember nothing about, he was in the movie adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yes, which I have. Yeah, I have that.
Right. But, again, Kevin Kline is a complete just black hole for me of movies. So when I think about Kevin Kline, this is literally just a coincidence. When you think about Kevin Kline, he is a guy that you know a lot about, but I don't. I follow and have followed for a lot of years a lot of stand-up comedians. I love stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
But there is a stand-up comedian that has been around for decades. Yes. He has done many, many, many like HBO stand-up specials. His name is Robert Kline.
Okay.
Again, just a coincidence. I have no idea if they're related or not.
No, I doubt it.
He's a really old dude. He's been around forever. And he's just one of these guys who's been around forever that me being a stand-up fan, I can't believe that I never looked him up and got to know his work. Same thing with Kevin Kline.
Right.
Dude's been around forever and has been in a lot of different things.
He has an Oscar.
He's just completely never permeated my presence here.
All right.
So, again, I don't have anything against the dude. I'm not going to look at the movie poster and say, oh, Kevin Kline, oh my God.
So... let me just talk about this movie then. So I'm not going to give you anything because if you're going in blind, I'm going to leave it that way.
Yeah.
But contextually, the reason I want you to watch this is twofold. One, like that thing you do, this is a movie that was on in my house a lot.
Okay.
And I guarantee you that at some point in this movie, you're going to look at me and go, oh, that's where you get that from.
Okay.
Some reference, some joke, some stupid little phrase that I say.
Again, you've probably mentioned this before.
Probably.
And without the context of the movie, it's really hard to put 2 and 2 together.
Yep. I know there are a ton of actors in this movie you will absolutely recognize at various points in their career.
Yeah.
One person in this movie was nominated for an Academy Award. I will leave that to you to decide who, and then we'll talk about it after.
I'm going to say probably supporting, but okay.
And the other thing I'm curious about, because I haven't watched this in a while, is how it has aged.
Yeah.
That
comedy in the 90s was kind of rough, guys.
Right. That will make sense after we watch it. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Is there going to be a bunch of gay stuff?
You're going to go into this blind.
Because, again, In and Out is connotates something here that I'm not going to get into.
Okay, it's not that kind of movie, Trent.
No, hey, I didn't go there. But okay, fine. I'm just gonna stop asking questions here. Let's go watch.
Yes, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna go watch In and Out. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, Trent, that was In and Out.
Yeah. Wow. I was surprised at how much I like that.
Okay. Interesting.
Problematic things aside.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll get to that. But that was very enjoyable. It was very happy and very...
One of the words you said while we were watching it was whimsical.
Yeah.
There's whimsy.
Yeah. And there was a turn at the end, and it was very weird to have that thing happen.
Yes, there's a tonal shift.
Very much in contrast with the rest of the movie. Mm-hmm. And I was surprised by the ending. I was very surprised.
Bad surprise?
I'm not sure
yet. Or just surprised?
I'm just surprise is surprise. So, Kevin Kline is actually gay in the movie.
Yes.
I did not expect that to happen. I just thought there was just going to be this gay panic to go rampant throughout the city and
it would be a 90s cliche kind of horror show.
Right.
Yeah.
I figured that's what was going to happen.
I would never show you such a movie.
Well, it wouldn't be more... And they did well to stay away from... not stereotypes, because it is very stereotypical, but they didn't go they didn't use any slurs.
No.
They didn't go overboard with a lot of the tropes of it.
No.
And I think they treated it as well as they could have for 1997.
Yeah, this is pre Will and Grace. This is basically Ellen.
Right.
Ellen DeGeneres
they mentioned
the famous gay person.
They mentioned Ellen
yes.
in the movie, and that was it.
Okay, so let me give you some context for this movie. So obviously the beginning of the movie, what triggers all of this is he is a teacher in small town Indiana, and his former student is up for Best Actor at the Academy Awards.
Yeah. And the whole town is paying attention because, hey, he's a local boy.
Exactly.
From a small town. That's a huge thing. We're from small towns. And if that were to happen around here, if January Jones was up for Best Actress, Betsy.
God. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid.
But the whole city would be very much paying attention.
You are correct.
So yeah.
he is at the Oscars and he wins, and in his acceptance speech he outs his teacher. He says, and he's gay. So some context for you. This is inspired by a real event.
Really?
I believe it was in 1994 at the Academy Awards. That was the year that Tom Hanks won for Philadelphia.
Yep.
And another movie you haven't seen, but he plays a gay man.
I'm very familiar with the movie. I've seen some of it.
Yes. So he plays a gay man. And when he won, he actually did this. He thanked a teacher who was gay, and he outed him on TV. Ooh. But the difference is he had actually connected with this teacher and asked him beforehand if it would be okay.
Yeah, so, that's important.
Yes. So they basically took that event, and this is the movie that came out of that inspiration. So what if the teacher didn't know that was going to happen?
And Tom Hanks ended up being Matt Dillon.
Basically. Instead. But, you know, he was a little older than this character is supposed to be. But yes, so
we'll get to Matt Dillon.
There's a lot of context you need for this movie.
I had no idea.
Make sense.
I had no idea that actually happened in real life, and I didn't know that was the inspiration here.
Yeah, and I don't know if a lot of people know that, because I never watched the Oscars in the early 90s.
No one did.
I saw this movie in middle school and after, and I didn't find out until probably years later that it was a real thing that Tom Hanks had done.
Sure. Now, did you actually see this when it was new-ish?
Pretty new.
Okay.
I would say I saw this within the first year it was out.
Okay.
When it was on home video cassette.
Rental.
VHS.
Okay.
Yes. So I've seen this many, many, many times.
Okay.
Many times. This is one we had in the house. This is one when my dad was working nights. He would often come home and he'd put on a movie because the days off, his schedule was goofed up.
Yeah.
But he had to live life during the day too.
Yeah.
So he would have a weird sleeping schedule, and to put himself to sleep, he'd put on the same 3 movies on rotation.
Hey, I used to do that, but not with movies.
Yeah, so I
would put on an audio book that I had heard many, many times. And I did this before you and I were together. I would just put it on, and I would just start it in the middle and just let it play the entire night, and I would fall asleep to it. It works.
Yeah, same philosophy. Your brain knows what it is. Yeah. So he would put one of these movies on, and this was one of them. Huh. So he saw the first, 10 minutes of this movie probably 200 times.
Man.
Just over the course of many years. Yeah, so this is one in our house that we've seen. My sister, loves when Joan Cusack yells, "I was fat!"
Yeah. Hey, Joan Cusack was one of the best things of this movie.
And that is why she was the nominee.
What? I was thinking about that during the movie. You told me this in the intro. And no, I had no idea. Holy shit.
Yes, Joan Cusack was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for this movie.
Well deserved, Joan.
1997. Because she's being her most Joan Cusack. She's, a Chicago girl. She is from my friend Maddie's hometown. They went to the same high school, not at the same time.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Evanston, Illinois. And they are the most famous alums from that school is Joan and John Cusack.
Jeez.
But yes, she is delightful in this and just crazy enough when she needs to be.
She went for it. I'm glad that they gave her a moment for herself to act. I like in TV shows, especially when, let's say, the character is going to get killed off or leave the show or something, where the showrunners will let that actor have a moment.
They let him go. Yeah. They let him run wild.
Hey, you get to go and do your acting thing before you ride off into the sunset.
Yes.
So to speak.
She
got her moment. I love that. I love that.
If I hadn't said that, did you have any other suspicions of who would have
I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even thinking about it, so no.
That's my favorite thing about this movie.
Maybe Tom Selleck, he was good.
Maybe. But I wasn't kidding. I told you there's a ton of people you will recognize in this movie.
Yeah.
So we had Tom Selleck, who you just mentioned, without the mustache.
Very just concerning. This was that, maybe 4-year window where he was trying to do life without the stash. You know what? I think he's better looking without it at this age.
Yeah.
But I think I at first didn't even recognize him.
It didn't click?
No. At the very beginning when he's doing the show at the Oscars, I didn't know who that was.
Yep.
I did not. It wasn't until I really started to listen to his voice that I realized that was him.
So at the Oscars, we had a couple of cameos. So Glenn Close playing herself, Whoopi Goldberg playing herself.
And by the way, Glenn Close being up there to present the Oscar for Best Actor supposes that she won the previous year for Best Actress.
I mean, if you're following the rules of Oscar.
I am.
But I don't know. I don't know
so
that.
In the world of In and Out, Glenn Close has actually won an Oscar.
At last. At last. But I love that. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the beginning because there's so much about this movie I want to talk about.
We're just going to keep going back and forth here.
So yes, a lot of actors in this movie, you know. We got Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah.
As Howard's mom.
Yeah. Wilford
Brimley as Howard's dad.
Perfect casting for this thing. Because Wilford Brimley is like my dad. My dad is that man. It's his delivery. It's his way, his mannerisms.
It's being a Midwest farmer.
Being exactly. Mm-hmm. And my dad wasn't a farmer, but he grew up on a farm.
Yep.
And he's about that age, too. So, you know, Wilford Brimley just having this very difficult conversation for a man in his position. After everything happened, he goes into the house and he's like, "Are you still gay? Are you gonna have an operation?" Mm-hmm. You know, this man doesn't know anything.
He's trying.
He's trying, and yeah.
Yep. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So other people in this movie, Matt Dillon. This is the first thing I ever saw Matt Dillon in.
Yeah.
Blonde-looking asshole.
I wrote down, I don't have my notes in front of me, but I wrote, he's like the douchiest douchebag of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
In that.
Absolutely. I didn't really click. I knew I recognized her. I forgot Lauren Ambrose was in this, because this is about a few years before she did 6 Feet Under.
I don't know who that is.
The redhead. She was in... The only thing you'd maybe know her from was Sleepwalk with Me. She plays Mike Birbiglia's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but she's definitely made a name for herself since this movie. She was a relative unknown here.
Okay.
June Squibb.
June Squibb
has
a little cameo.
Who I also forgot was in this.
If you don't know June Squibb, you should go and watch the movie Nebraska.
I love Nebraska.
It's such a great movie. It is. We've talked about it on this podcast before. Nebraska is a perfect snapshot of what it is really, really like to live in the Midwest.
Absolutely.
The people, the settings, the buildings, the
talk.
architecture, the way they talk, what they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely perfect encapsulation of the Midwest.
Yep. No lines, and I had to point her out. You probably wouldn't have seen her otherwise.
Yeah.
Selma Blair is
a little kid basically at the Oscar viewing. At the Oscar viewing party. Mm-hmm. She's got like long blonde hair. I don't think I've ever seen her. I've never seen her with long hair before.
I've seen her with long hair, but not blonde hair.
Right.
In the 90s, you know, this is like 2 years before Cruel Intentions.
Right.
She has dark hair.
Dark, yeah.
And that is like her signature. That is her thing.
Uh-huh.
And she still does. We just watched Legally Blonde. She had dark hair in that too.
Yep, it just became her thing.
Yep. And then just kind of a whole lot of character actors that you've probably seen here and there. I finally looked it up. There was one woman who was one of the teachers at the school. Okay. And I'm like, I know her face. I don't think this is necessarily what I know her from, but she was on True Blood.
Okay.
And then like the kids who play the seniors, I've seen a couple of those guys in other movies around this era.
I didn't recognize any of them.
Teen comedies from the late 90s and early 2000s. That's the only stuff I saw those guys in. And one more, the guy who played his barber who had the toupee, that's Pumbaa.
Really?
That is Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Really?
Yeah.
It's one of those guys that you just don't know who he is or anything.
You know his voice. You've never seen his face.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea.
So lots and lots of people in this movie.
And Bob Newhart. Yeah.
Talking about comedians.
Yes. So Bob Newhart is one of these guys who's just like comedian royalty. The dude is still alive, by the way.
He's about 400 years old.
Yes. Dude is still alive, still fucking funny as hell.
Droll.
He is so funny.
This is the drollest comedian I think of all time.
And this guy was perfect for that last scene. We'll get to that. But he was completely perfect to be the man in that uncomfortable scene.
Yes.
To be just...
He's uncomfortable pretty much this whole movie.
Yeah.
From the time he shows up to the time he leaves.
Yes. I can't say enough good things about Bob Newhart. Yes. But anyway. But of course... So let's just get into it here. The first thing I wrote down was directed by Frank Oz?
Honestly,
really?
I forgot about that until just now.
What other movies has Frank Oz made?
He's made some you'd actually know if we looked into this.
I didn't know he directed.
He did. He doesn't have a ton of movies to his name, but he does have a few. And for those not in the know, Frank Oz is Fozzie Bear.
Yep.
He is Bert on the Muppets.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, dude is a puppet
on Sesame Street.
Yeah, dude is a puppeteer by trade, but he's also an actor. You have to do both.
He also shows up in Knives Out inexplicably.
Yes. Another great movie, Knives Out. Go see it, guys.
Yeah, go see Knives Out. It's good.
But yeah, that was just like Frank Oz. What the hell?
Correct.
All right,
Frank Oz.
So, next thing I wrote down was I have never seen Joan Cusack. As a younger person like this. I don't know what the first thing I saw her in.
Really?
You know what? I think it might have been School of Rock.
I suppose.
Yeah.
That's probably a lot of people's
first thing. I think that was the first thing I saw her in.
I've seen her in a couple of things she did in the 80s. Like, she had, like, really, really small bit parts in the 80s.
I imagine.
And then mostly in the 90s.
You know, she was John's sister. Of course, so she's trying to do the same thing that her brother is doing, and we'll eventually get into my dislike for John Cusack in another episode. We're not going to get into that here, but I like Joan Cusack.
Okay, I was going to say, does your love of Joan Cusack outweigh that of...
Oh, John Cusack is a terrible actor. I'm just going to say that. He's not funny. I think he's terrible. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll revisit that when we watch a John Cusack movie.
Yes.
But yes, Joan is charming. Maddie saw her at a movie theater in Chicago once. Maddie sees the Cusacks out and about when she's visiting family. But yes, she's charming. She's funny. She's delightful. I love her.
She was great.
Yeah, so it's in Indiana, in a fictitious town called Greenleaf, Indiana.
Yep.
So we're talking small town.
Probably just maybe a few thousand people.
Yep, everybody knows everybody.
Yep.
There's like one school. They've all had the same teachers forever.
Right.
They all live there. They don't really go anywhere else.
So I can see maybe why you are identifying with this a little more.
I mean, maybe. Maybe that's some of it.
Yeah.
It also sets up the context for where this story is, because this is Indiana.
Right.
This is not exactly the most liberal hub in the United States in the 90s.
Yeah, small town Indiana, very conservative.
Yes. And this teacher he's an English teacher in high school, and he's getting married.
Yeah.
Finally, after a long engagement.
Right. So we're kind of introduced to him. He's teaching his class. He's an English teacher. He's going over a lot of old sonnets, Shakespeare stuff. And his class, it's the cliche, the class isn't really interested in, and he's really into it. He likes this stuff. We get introduced to him as a teacher first. It's the first scene. After that, they're talking, like, I think he's also one of the coaches of some kids, and he goes back there, and it's revealed, oh, you're getting married in a week, so we're just gonna spray you with alcohol?
Yeah, we can't have practice, our coach is drunk.
Right.
And he's like, I'm drunk? You're about to be.
So,
the underage teens.
Are we to believe that they just snuck in a bunch of booze?
Correct. Yes. The hoodlums.
Oh, I remember. It's small town Indiana. No one gives a shit.
Okay, I can attest to this. I remember my dad talking about how he would go to the bar and there would be kids who were in my class sitting there drinking, and he knows perfectly well they are not 21, and he would just go, What's up?
Hey guys, what's up?
Everyone knows, but they'd rather you do it there.
Also, they weren't drinking it. They were spraying it everywhere.
Correct. So is it really wrong other than it being on school property?
Right. So, after that, I think, is it the party?
Yeah, so they have a little, like, engagement party. You're finally getting married
it's
party.
It's not quite a rehearsal dinner party thing.
I guess you could call it a rehearsal dinner, but it's like several days before the wedding.
Yeah, it's like the week before the wedding.
Right. The timeline in this movie is a little bit weird.
Oh, I'll get to that. I got some thoughts about that. But yeah, so the banner at the wedding, this is before they really reveal what's happening here, but the banner at the wedding is, it's like getting married finally.
Emily and Howard, finally.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And we're meant to really believe that, oh, maybe these guys have been just together forever and they're just finally tying the knot. But apparently they've been engaged for 3 years.
And again, they go a little weird how they phrase that sometimes. There's some context there. They've been engaged for at least 3.
Yeah.
We don't know how long they've been together.
No idea how long they've been together. They are co-workers, by the way.
Yes, they are both teachers.
She is a teacher. He is a teacher. They've both been teachers for a good long time.
Uh-huh.
He probably longer than her.
Yeah. She has basically been the fat girl who's been rejected her whole life.
Sure.
And she has based her entire model of self-esteem on the fact that she's finally got herself a man.
Right.
And she's lost weight. That is a key point for her.
Sure.
She found Richard Simmons, which that's the most 90s reference we could get.
Oh, yeah.
So she loves Richard Simmons videos, and she takes inspiration from him and works on herself.
And they worked for her.
And she loses, I think she says 75 pounds. Well, she says, I thought she said 35, but then another time she said 75.
I don't remember.
Anyway, she lost weight.
Yeah.
So good for her. And they're going to get married. And then we find out all this stuff about the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have a viewing party.
We're going to have an Oscar party.
Which, by the way, I never knew that people had like ballots back in the 90s.
Well, they probably made them.
Like we do.
Right. You couldn't get it off the internet the way we can.
Right.
I can Google Oscar ballot and hit print on 40 different versions. Or you can do it on your iPad or your phone.
Sure.
They would have had to get it out of a magazine and probably write it and photocopy it.
Xerox it.
Xerox.
They have
Go
access
down to the local Kinko's.
They have a Xerox at the school.
That's right. So that's not what it's for. You're not supposed to use it for your personal stuff.
Bullshit.
But yeah, so they have a little Oscar party. And this is where there's one other actor. I guess we didn't touch on this. The woman who says that line I pointed out to you.
Oh, yeah.
This little old lady says, I hope that nice Sally Fields wins. And so it says, she's not nominated this year, Grandma. Even so. So every time the Oscars are on, and especially when she's nominated, or any awards show or anything related, I've said it at the Super Bowl. I'll just say, I hope that nice Sally Field wins. But that little old lady is in Ghostbusters.
Okay.
She's the librarian in the very opening scene of the first Ghostbusters movie.
Yes.
And that is about the only other thing I've ever seen her in. But yes, that line is like one of my favorites. I hope that nice Sally Field wins. It's applicable to every award.
It's true. It's true.
So yes, then we're at the Oscars, and everybody in Greenleaf is watching because Cameron Drake. And that is like the douchiest 90s name.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron Drake.
And Cameron, that's not even like a popular name in the 90s.
No.
At all.
No. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if this movie maybe
inspired
fueled that.
God, why would you want to name your child after that guy?
I never met a Cameron before this.
No, neither did I.
I would say that this was the first time I'd ever heard of somebody named Cameron.
Yeah.
Except for Cameron Diaz. Certainly a male named Cameron.
Lady.
Yeah. And he's got fucking blonde hair and a goatee, and he's wearing sunglasses, and his shirt's unbuttoned down to his belly button.
Yep. And he's got his supermodel girlfriend.
That's right.
In tow.
Sonia.
Just a single name, Sonia.
She is supermodel, Sonia.
Right. And he goes, so Tom Selleck has like an Entertainment Tonight type of show. Mm-hmm. He's doing the red carpet interview, but kind of like off the beaten path from there. But maybe he's like this like...
He's like the D-list.
Yeah.
Trash Hollywood star.
Right. So apparently... So he, I guess, gets Matt Dillon's character over there and interviews him about... Hey, you're up for the award, and what do you think about this? And he says, well, actors shouldn't be pit against each other in competition. This is about the art, man. Well, then why are you here? Well, just in case I win. And he just hams it up for his fans.
And he waves and screams.
Right. And okay, all right. So we get to the actual awards. Glenn Close is up there doing her Glenn Close thing.
So she presents the movie. What did you think of his fake movie? To protect and to serve.
Oh my fucking God, this fucking movie.
There's literally a
channel.
I
want to watch this movie.
So first of all, before we get into it, there's there's a quote Netflix service, but it's called something else that features only the fake movies that are in other movies. And I really want to know if this is in there.
Oh.
That's all they do.
I want them to flesh it out into a whole thing.
They have fake movies. I love fake movies within movies.
Yes,
and
I do too.
I
do too.
This one is awful.
Okay, number one. In the montage that they do of this movie, which, by the way, they don't show anything else. They show, like, half the movie.
Yes,
they show.
This is the longest Best Actor clip ever.
They also show the ending.
Yes. He's a brave gay soldier.
He is a gay soldier in Vietnam? ?
I think it's supposed to be Vietnam.
I think it's like a Forrest Gump kind of a thing. Uh-huh. It's a fake Forrest Gump.
Yes.
But it's if a lot of references to Tom Hanks here.
Yes.
It's as if Forrest Gump was gay and like he rescues his buddy who ends up being his close buddy.
I love you, Billy. Like a friend.
And there was like 5 of those. He just kept going.
Another way, Billy.
Like a cousin?
No, another way. Like a pen pal. My legs hurt. It's awful. It's so bad.
Oh.
And then, of course...
If that man won an Oscar, there would be riots in the streets.
For this. Oh, and it gets weirder. The whole thing is so bizarre.
Yeah.
He gets court-martialed.
Yeah, he gets court-martialed. And like we found these things in your footlocker. And it's fucking...
A letter to another soldier.
A letter to a soldier, which, hey, that's innocent enough.
A picture of
a dude.
His
friend from San Francisco. San Francisco. That's the gay city.
But the straw that broke the camel's back, an autographed VHS copy of Beaches starring Bette Midler.
Hey, where'd you find that? Give that back.
So yes, he gets court-martialed.
Wow.
He gets dishonorably discharged. And then at the end of the movie, he's like a long-haired hippie.
Yeah.
With his boyfriend who's in a wheelchair.
In D.C.
And he says, let's go home. And he abandons the guy in the wheelchair on the stairs.
On the top of the steps.
It's so bad.
It's so great, though.
It's so bad.
It's so great.
Billy!
Over the end chyron.
With the flag. The American flag. Yeah. Waving. It's absolutely absurd.
I would see that movie.
It's so bad. So, did you also love, because after that, Glenn Close, she's basically presenting the last actor, and then she presents all of the actors.
Right.
So, in case you weren't paying attention.
I was, but please go ahead.
The company he was in for Best Actor.
Let's hear it.
They're so terrible. Paul Newman for Coot. Clint Eastwood for Codger. They literally did Coot and Codger.
Okay, I honestly thought that they were just listing the character names that they were playing in the movies that they were in.
These are the names of the movies. Michael Douglas for Primary Urges. And of course, Glenn Close blows a kiss to Michael Douglas.
Of course.
Because, not Basic Instinct.
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. And then last but not least, Steven Seagal for a movie called Snowball in Hell. The joke, of course, being the chances of Steven Seagal being nominated for Best Actor,
let alone winning,
is a snowball in hell.
Wow.
And of course his movie To Serve and Protect. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of people in the mid-90s that you would quote unquote expect, plus Steven Seagal.
Right.
Getting nominated for movies. So yes, I love fake movies within movies.
And again, the tone that this whole Oscar thing was setting of the real movie here.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking, man, is this just going to be this screwball comedy that I'm not even aware of?
Weird.
Like really, really weird. Mm-hmm. Because they kind of went there with this whole Oscar thing, and I was coming out of it like just before the whole gay thing came out. Haha, that was funny. See, I did a funny thing there. The whole thing was, man, okay, this is about this teacher. It's about his life and blah, blah, blah. And this screwball stuff comes up with the Oscars, and then it goes, the tone just switches back.
Yeah. And he's not gay. He's engaged.
Right.
His parents.
How could it be gay?
He's literally, they show the reaction shot where everybody at the Oscar viewing party is just stunned.
Right.
And
just
he is
silent.
sitting there arm in arm with his fiance, stunned. And he turns off the TV and then throws him out the window.
That was one of the best moments. Freeze frame that. His face just throwing the remote out of the window was great.
And then there's a knock on the door, or the doorbell rings, and his parents are there with this look on their face like,
do you have something to tell us?
What's happening? I'm not gay. Yeah. And of course, this is the immediate, like, everybody's like, it's small town. Well, he's not gay. He can't be gay. You can't be gay.
Right.
No way. There's no way.
How could it be? How could it be?
No. My son's not gay.
Right. He's getting married.
Yeah, he's getting, and they all just like kind of
right.
chalk it up to, he must be insane. Cameron is in a cult, and his family is a bad family.
I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna get a lawyer.
I never wanted to say anything, but his family didn't participate in the PTA.
Scandal.
Yeah, so it's all of this.
Yeah.
And he just says, no, I'm not gay. What are you talking about?
Instead of this, oh, well, maybe. Think about it. Oh, okay.
Immediate reaction, no. And everybody's rejecting the idea.
Right.
And
As you would.
And in the 90s, again, this is like Don't Ask, Don't Tell time frame, which, again, a movie about a soldier. Gay soldier.
We literally just talked about this, Betsy and I. We were going through some... Again, we've talked about this before. We've been watching like old like 90s and 80s TV show clips on YouTube. And in one of them, they interrupted whatever show was on to show Bill Clinton doing a press conference about him implementing Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Yeah.
They didn't have a name for it yet, but that was his stopgap for actually having a real policy.
Yeah. So that's where we are. We're in small town America in the 90s. Don't ask, don't tell. This teacher is gay, but he's like, no, I'm not gay. Everybody says, no, he's gay.
He is said to be gay by someone who knows him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And of course,
on national TV.
I loved his mom in this scene because she doesn't freak out. She just says, honey, we will love you if you're gay, straight, whatever. But I want a wedding. All she cares about is the damn wedding. She's just like, you're getting the wedding.
She has 2 sons.
I want
daughters.
I want love and flowers and place cards and beauty.
For me.
For me. Let me have the wedding. Immediately.
She has 2 sons. Mm-hmm. One of them is Howard.
And the other one is Walter.
Walter is, let's just say, touched.
Walter's an eccentric.
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs around in like a 70s disco tuxedo half the time.
Yes.
And a stupid hat. But yeah, I loved it. Like they have like a sigh of relief, but then immediately go, you know, it would be fine if you were.
Right.
But I want the wedding.
Right. But you're still getting married, right?
Right.
You're not lying to my face, right? Right.
Yeah, and then from there, everything just sort of escalates very quickly. So the press descend upon the small town.
The next day.
That's how it would happen.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody becomes an overnight sensation in any capacity, they're swamped. They're swarmed and surrounded by the press.
Also, I love how the movie trope, even to this day, the movie trope about the press, the media, they're just vultures and they just swarm you and they just ask a bunch of really stupid questions. Like, do you know Ellen?
What do you think about gays in space?
There's a few more.
Gays on the moon?
Right, I don't remember any more. There's a few more, but...
they were all equally stupid questions.
Yeah, that whole trope, I don't like that in movies. It just... Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, there are people who do that, but they're not all that bad. Anyway.
They would not be allowed to set foot in that high school, I will tell you that. They follow him down the hallway to his classroom.
This is also well before, like, cops in schools.
It's
security
also Indiana.
In schools. Yeah.
This is probably a town of maybe 10,000 people, if that.
Yeah, probably a few thousand people.
A few thousand people.
Yeah.
And they all just show up and they're in the hallway, and that's where we meet Bob Newhart, who is the principal.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm your friend, and I don't know what to do, and please help, make them go away.
I tried talking to them.
Yeah. And this was the scene where, the high school kids kind of start asking, like, they just like, we need to know, because that's what kids do.
Yeah.
And they have to ask the questions. And these kids, like one kid in particular, says a whole lot of ignorant shit in this movie.
There's a lot of that.
There's a lot of it. And I'm going to chalk that up to the 90s, and he's a teenager.
Yes.
Because if anything makes me cringe, it's that. And that always kind of made me uncomfortable, even like back in the day. Now in particular, I go, ooh, yeah, we're there. That's stuff we put to film.
I put myself into a 90s mindset.
Yes.
So I told you before in the intro, I didn't remember anything about this movie. I never saw it, but I do remember one of the ads for it, one of the trailers that was on TV. Mm-hmm. And it was him at his door when his parents came to the door.
Yes.
And he says, "I'm not gay." Mm-hmm. That line I remember very distinctly. Now, of course, in 1997, I'm just entering middle school.
Right.
7th grade. I didn't know what gay was.
We also live in small town America.
Right. I didn't know what that was. I didn't really have any context for it.
Except Ellen.
I didn't have it. I barely even knew what that was. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch Ellen. That's not a show for me.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing I think about this movie is I have to keep reminding myself, small town America in the 90s.
Right. You
never met a gay person. Or if you did, they weren't out.
Or at least it wasn't talked about.
Or it was not talked about.
Like, you can have, I know that there were very flamboyant boys in my classes.
Right.
I didn't think about it at all.
You didn't have context for what that could mean.
No. Mm-hmm. Not at all.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm a little ignorant little child. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Take that out of context. But... I have to put myself in that position to excuse a lot of this stuff. And I think they did it with... I think the writers and the directors here knew that they couldn't sell a movie that was quote-unquote woke in today's parlance.
But they were trying to handle it.
Yeah, they couldn't sell that to small-town America, to mainstream America in 1997.
No. But they wanted to present this movie.
Yeah.
And they have to toe a line.
And they have to toe the line, and they have to try to bring some people across the line. They're not gonna cross the line deliberately, but you know what? They're gonna get a few people over here and bring them over to our side and convince them that, you know what? Even if you are gay, no big deal. Who cares?
Yes, I think the key word is sympathetic.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of trying to get you to put yourself in the mindset and have a different mindset.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and some of the kids, like one of the high school boys, he helped him get into college.
Yeah.
Like, he was
Full
his
ride.
coach.
Full ride.
And he took him to look at the school.
Yeah.
And he talked to people, and he got a full scholarship. Mm-hmm. And, he was a mentor for him. And that kid, you notice, he actually has some nuance to what he's doing on screen instead of just being a prissy little teen who's whining about his gay teacher.
Right.
He's actually expressing an internal struggle.
Right, like he's conflicted.
He's conflicted because he's like, I don't know. I've never met anybody gay, and I don't know about this.
I don't know how to feel about it.
And it's changing my perspective of this, but I like this person.
And all those kids, all those boys.
Yeah.
Because the girls knew what was up. Mm-hmm. The girls are
way
more mature. Way more, especially when it comes to this stuff.
Yes.
But the boys all were like grasping at external reactions.
Yes.
They didn't know how to feel about it internally because they're not mature.
No.
They just don't know how to react to it as adults.
Right. And of course, at this point, he's still like, no, I'm not gay, and they're all just making assumptions.
and just like everybody else,
yeah,
they're relieved so that they don't have to deal with it.
But they're still acting weird because they're just like, can you just leave the locker room so we can get ready because everything is different now because you're famous.
Right.
You're famous. Right. That's why we're uncomfortable now because you're famous. Yeah.
I did like how they handled that. I think again they really couldn't have done it any better.
Oh yeah.
For 1997.
Like one of those kids says some shit and it's just like, oh, just stop talking. Stop trying to explain this to yourself and make sense of it.
Indeed.
It doesn't make sense to you. So the next scene, we're at his bachelor party.
Okay, so Betsy, you have actually shown me this scene before. And I don't remember the context behind it.
I did show you this scene before.
Yes. So I don't remember. I think we were probably talking about A Star Is Born.
We were probably talking about Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
They talk about her a lot in this movie.
Yeah. So we were talking about A Star Is Born with her and Chris Christopherson.
Yes.
Which I've never seen. I've seen the newest one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, which is fantastic. It was my best movie that year.
We'll eventually watch the Judy Garland one.
Yes. But that being said, you wanted me to see the conversation about Barbra Streisand in Yentl about she's too old for this movie.
Yentl sucks. It's boring. What did you say? She was too old for Yentl. Yeah. So
and I have no context for this. I've never seen Yentl. I will never see Yentl.
No, you will never see Yentl.
No.
I will not make you watch Yentl. I didn't like Yentl. The man has a point. Sorry, Barbara. The man has a point. So he has a bachelor party, and he's expecting, like sexy strippers or something. And all his friends are like, you made us watch this Barbra Streisand movie marathon last year, so we're going to watch Funny Girl. And then they're like, oh, no, Funny Girl, it's too long. We'll watch something else. What about this? What about this?
Okay. How about this? So they gave him a movie? Was that a laser disc?
That was a laser disc.
I was going to say, that looked like a fucking record. Like, were they going to just give him the soundtrack for that?
I also, my whole life, had been bothered by that because I thought it was vinyl because I never saw a laser disc.
No.
Till I was like in college.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. So for him to have that now makes a whole lot more sense. But I definitely thought it was a record.
In my mind, VHS went directly to DVD. I didn't know there was really anything in between because I wasn't into tech in the 90s.
It didn't explode the way VHS did.
Oh, no. It was expensive.
It was real expensive.
Yeah.
And it's just like a giant DVD.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is.
It's a giant CD because it's a different kind of a laser between a CD and a DVD.
Thank you for the tech lesson.
You're welcome. Anyway, so that right there, I had to kind of put in my mind. Okay, 97. It's not really a record. They're talking about a movie, so that must be a laser disc. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I missed that probably until just now because I never knew what a laser disc was.
Sure.
So yes, they're having a bachelor party, and he's like, "No, I thought you guys were dudes and bros and macho."
Right. So, I'm gonna get this cigar, and I'm gonna have a deeper voice to be around my bros, and I'm gonna get drunk.
There's a large chunk of this movie at this point where he's trying to kind of put on this manly facade
for his friends,
for himself
and
too.
That too.
He's convincing himself, "I am not gay. I am getting married, and I'm a dude." And I'm a dude's dude.
I do dude stuff.
And I do dude stuff. I got a cigar, and there's an inflatable chick, and I'm going to kiss her.
Right.
And then they're like, let's watch Barbra Streisand movies. And they have a fight. He literally starts a fight because his friend says she was too old for Yentl, and he starts punching him and wrestling.
That wasn't the stylist guy, was it?
That was
okay.
That was Pumbaa.
All right.
Yeah. And that's his bachelor party. That's it. That's the whole thing. He starts a fight to be a macho man.
Thank you for that. Macho Man is played like 2 or 3 times in this movie, and I don't remember the last time I heard the Macho Man song.
Mm-hmm. So it's the lesser-known Village People song.
Yes.
Yeah. So he basically spends a whole lot of time just trying to act manly. And the next scene is where you kind of get your first hint that this movie's got a dark undercurrent. It's the scene where he is kind of pulled into the principal's office.
Yeah.
And his job is threatened.
Right. Indirectly, but pretty clear.
Yeah. Oh, you're not threatening me. I'm your friend.
I'm warning
you. Yeah. If in the 90s, if you're gay, it's a morality question. We can't have you around our kids. And that's basically what he's telling him without telling him.
Yeah.
He's like, so what they said is untrue, right? What they said on TV, that's not true.
You would miss teaching if you were to not do it anymore, right?
Yeah. But you're getting married, so it's not a problem, right?
Right.
Right.
And he even says, well, if I was gay, then I would be fired.
But you're not getting married.
So we're not having that conversation right now, are we?
And that's a very real thing. Even now, it's a very real thing. There are still places that try to get away with that.
And I wrote down here, even in 97, they can't just fire a teacher because they're gay.
Can't they? In 97?
In 97, I guess.
People still try it now. There's 2021.
Yeah, there's no employment rules about that. There was, well, man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember when all that stuff was.
Just about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
You have to remember that long ago. Yeah. This was not an uncommon practice.
Again, we are modern people. We are in 2021, and that whole concept is a complete just baffling that would even be a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like I said, I'm curious how this has aged. And that's one of these,
Indeed.
Just all of the topics in the movie.
Yeah.
But that's one of them.
But let's keep going here, Betsy. So we talked about the timeline.
Yeah.
And you mentioned in their little meeting there, they're talking about graduation.
Graduation's on Monday, Trent.
Which, by the way, all of the... Okay. The days of the week are all messed up because the Oscars are always on a Sunday.
In what month, Trent?
The Oscars are always in, like, January, February.
February, March. And even back here...
Sure.
I would think March is, like, the latest.
Q1, let's say. Graduation usually happens in May and June. This all happens within a week.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit happening here, guys.
Yes. And his wedding.
And the wedding in Indiana.
In March. Where it's always beautiful and sunny.
No.
That was one of those details I never thought about as a kid, but somebody pointed out to me and I was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
And graduation's on a Monday in like March.
Right. And his bachelor party is on like a Tuesday night.
Yep. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, no, let's think about it. It's probably still a Monday because they have like the party.
Was it that night?
Let's say the engagement party, wedding, pre-dinner rehearsal,
was on
whatever.
A Friday.
Let's say it was Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
The Oscars are Sunday.
Right.
The bachelor party is Monday.
Right.
The wedding is Sunday morning.
Which again, that's messed up. Who has a wedding on a Sunday morning?
People. I don't know. I just heard somebody I know is going to a wedding on a Monday. Go figure. And then graduation is the following day on a Monday.
Yeah, I had a really hard time with that aspect of it, so yeah.
If you're just rolling along and not thinking about it, it's fine. But when you actually stop and give it context, it makes no sense.
But Betsy, we're doing a podcast about the movie. We have to talk about the movie and the thoughts I have.
All right, fine. So, yeah, the timeline's all jacked up. So we're like barreling through this week where he is just conflicted and confused and doesn't know what to think or say or do.
And he's being just hit by all different directions by his friends, his family.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck is there.
Tom Selleck, no mustache.
He doesn't have a mustache.
Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. But
I get it. He's totally stressed out.
Yeah. So what does he do? He goes to the next town over and he finds a Catholic church and he goes to confession.
Yep.
And the priest tells him, "Oh, he's gay." That guy.
I have this friend.
This friend of yours, yeah, he's gay. They've been engaged for 3 years and they haven't had any physical contact. Oh, he's
gay. Totally gay.
Yeah. Well, you must go to her. He has to go to her.
Yeah.
And find out.
You must be with her in the biblical sense.
Exactly. The priest is even like, dude.
Yeah,
come on.
You gotta get that wick wet.
So, yes, he goes to Joan Cusack's place. Yeah. And she's working out to a Richard Simmons video.
Of course, on the TV, they got the rights to it.
That's right, they did.
Oh, man, Richard Simmons.
Yeah, he kind of just, like, grabs her.
He accosts her.
Yeah, he's like, this is happening. We're getting married. And
It's
happening. I love you. We're getting married. And he rips his shirt off.
Yeah, and, like, the first thought I had, like, they're hanging out at his place, and then I realize the parents ask Joan Cusack if she wants to ride back with them.
Yeah,
they don't live together.
Nope.
Wow. And like right then and there, the question was planted in my head. Maybe he is. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that he was.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought.
You just thought he was an eccentric English teacher.
Right. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little eccentric. I am not gay.
But yes, he basically goes over there and he starts kissing on her, and then he freaks out because he sees Richard Simmons on TV like,
turn him off.
I'm under a lot of pressure here. And then he just like flips out and leaves again.
Right.
And he's just riding his bike like a lunatic through town.
And then Tom Selleck almost hits him with his car.
Almost gets hit by a car.
Also, by the way, no one drives. None of the famous people, none of the rich people there. No one drives a nice car in 1997.
They all drive like a Ford Taurus.
They all drive Ford Taurus, Dodge Neons.
Yep.
Like those kinds of vehicles of the late 90s.
Which were probably pretty nice at the time.
Not so nice now.
They have not aged well.
No.
They look like old crappy cars.
Yeah, because they are crappy cars.
Yes.
Anyway,
indeed.
So yeah, Tom Selleck comes out to him, literally, and says, "Hey, you know what? I'm
gay.
I'm gay."
Yeah.
Like, what? And then he gets all uncomfortable around him because, of course, the whole 90s gay panic.
Yeah. People didn't just, like, randomly tell you they're gay, like, casually.
Especially famous people.
He tells him
You're
casually.
on TV.
Yeah. And I love, you laughed at the line where he's like, what did they say? I came out to my mom, my dad, my publicist, my cat, my boss, like anyone.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, my mom cried for exactly 10 seconds.
Yep.
My boss said, who cares? And my dad said, but you're so tall.
I like that line.
But yeah, they didn't care.
Yeah.
And he felt better about it.
Sure.
And he accepted it, and they accepted it, and he's just like, my life's good now.
And then he's still kind of freaking out a little bit. They stand up, and they go over towards the car, I guess. And then Tom Selleck just plants one on him.
Yeah, he says, you know what you need.
You know what you need. I'm just going to kiss you.
Yep. He kisses him.
All right. That was weird, but I did like the line. People don't kiss at an intersection.
Yeah, people kiss every day, not in an intersection in Indiana.
Oh, it was a weird scene, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck.
It's the little things pushing him to the edge.
Right.
And it's just like he himself has never even thought about it, and he's unconvinced.
He hadn't even considered it.
No.
Like.
Because you don't do that in Indiana.
None of the things of your life ever made you question it. No. Like, how old is this man?
He's clearly like in his 40s.
Yeah, he's probably early 40s.
He is what you call a confirmed old bachelor at this point.
Right.
He is a high school English literature, Shakespeare, poetry.
It's one of those things where he's married to his job and never really thought about, I should go out and find a wife or go and date.
Yeah.
And it's a marriage of convenience in this case. It's a relationship of convenience. They're friends. They're coworkers.
Yep.
It's just one of those things where he probably was just pressured, by society, by his family.
Yeah.
To get married.
You're an old bachelor. You need to get married now.
You need to get married. And,
Mom wants a wedding.
And legitimize your life, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. His parents are clearly in their probably 60s, 70s.
Yep.
They're not going to be around forever.
Yep.
They want to see their
other son's unmarried. Somebody's got to get married, guys.
Exactly.
We don't care which of you. Just do it.
Just get it done.
Yeah.
So, yes, again, pressure. Mm-hmm. Pressure. And on himself.
Yes.
So
then the next scene, he is listening to a tape about basically being masculine.
That scene was great.
So he's got a guide to, don't be a pussy, basically.
Right.
Like,
what are you wearing?
Yeah. Are you wearing appropriately masculine attire?
And he's wearing a flannel shirt and jeans, but he's also crossing his legs like a lady.
Yep. Untuck your shirt. Just one side.
Oh, man.
You hate this. You want to be neat. Men aren't neat. And then he tells him, adjust yourself. No, not there.
Grab them.
The package. The family jewels. Grab them. So, yes, he's told to stand in a certain way and grab his junk.
Are you a little teapot?
Yeah. Repeat after me. Yo, hot damn. What a fabulous window treatment.
That was a trick.
And then he's challenged not to dance. No dancing. Men don't dance.
And disco is playing in the background.
Yeah, the demon rhythm. Do you hear it? Don't move.
It's tempting you.
And then, of course, he gives in, and he
just strips off his shirt, flailing all about.
I Will Survive in his living room.
Uh-huh.
Arnold doesn't dance. He can barely walk.
Which at that point, okay, yeah, he's gay.
He loves to dance. He loves disco music.
And that itself was the kicker.
Yeah.
He loves to dance.
Yeah. And even he's confused by it.
Right.
Like at the end, they're like, how'd you do?
Right.
How'd you do, you pussy? Yeah. And even that, he can't be masculine. He's not a masculine dude.
And he's dancing through it.
Yes.
He's getting insulted by this thing.
Yes.
Over and over again. He stopped listening. He's just dancing, Betsy.
He's just dancing. Yep. So he's conflicted. He's dancing. He doesn't know what's up, so we're going through with the wedding. It's happening. Sunday morning comes. We're in the church. Debbie Reynolds is glaring at everybody like, does anyone have any reasons they shouldn't get married? And she's just
staring daggers at everybody, saying, "Shut the fuck up."
Notice they're all anything. Coughing. Did
Murmurs.
Murmurs, but she just, shut up.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
And they get to the part where we're exchanging vows.
Uh-huh.
And Emily says, I do. And what does he do, Trent?
He doesn't say I do.
What does he say, Trent?
He says I'm gay.
Yeah, he comes out at his own wedding. Ooh. And you were surprised.
I was not expecting that turn at all.
Yeah.
And then they both leave. They go backstage, basically.
Yep.
And she's upset, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's yelling at her, saying, please, please hate me. You need to hate me.
I insist you hate me.
I'm a terrible person. I'm the scum of the earth. And not because he's gay, but because he put her through all that.
Because he did this to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really horrible.
Yeah. She's like, are you sure? Is there any chance you might not be? And he's
right.
like, yeah, I'm really gay. Yeah. And she says, is there any other time you could have told me this?
And then Joan Cusack just does her thing. She's great.
Does anybody have any idea how many times I've had to watch Funny Lady? It was a sequel. She was under contract.
Oh, man.
And the one F-bomb in the movie. Fox
Barbra Streisand. They'd used it well.
Yes. Fuck Barbra Streisand and you. And she storms out. All very well deserved. She takes it to 11. Because if you were jilted at the altar, that's one thing. If you're jilted at the altar while your fiance comes out,
yeah,
that's next level stuff.
But you know what? All things considered, she handled it pretty well.
Yeah. So obviously there's no wedding. Everybody parts ways. She drives off. He goes home. Mom is left sitting with all her friends in at the reception hall.
Right.
There's no wedding, so there's no party.
Yep.
And she just says, again, she's very okay with this.
Yeah.
She says, I can accept that he's gay, but I'll never understand in my whole life why he wouldn't want a wedding. Like, that is all she cares about.
Right.
She genuinely doesn't care that he's
That's
gay.
actually a pretty good line. It's like,
yes.
How does a gay man not like a wedding?
Right.
Why don't you want a wedding?
Yeah, so she doesn't understand it, and everybody is upset, and all the friends are like, he was just being honest. Like, he saved a lot of trouble later by making a little trouble now.
And Tom Selleck even said it to him. You saved her life.
Yeah.
She was going to be miserable forever with you.
If you went through with this. Yeah, you would not be doing anyone any favors.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're at the reception hall and they start spilling secrets.
Yeah.
You know, the woman says, this one always bothered me too. She brought a treat. She brought treats to a wedding reception.
Rice Krispie bars.
Who who is asked to bring food to a wedding?
Maybe like she's known in the neighborhood for having these famous Rice Krispie bars.
I guess, but they're not hers, Trent.
It's not her recipe.
They're
she stole it from a dead woman.
These are a dead woman's treats. And the little old lady, you loved this. I love this line where she's just like, all right, I'll say it right out loud. I really hated the bridges of Madison County.
And then they all start taking stuff. They just take it to 11 from there. It's like, my husband has 3 testicles.
It's disgusting. Poor June Squibb.
She gets a bad rap.
Yeah. And they just have a good chuckle, and that's, everyone just moves on.
And they just moved on. It's fine.
Yeah.
Who cares?
We just had this kind of like wild thing happen in a small town.
Right.
And they're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wedding. We'll clean up later.
No wedding. But Mom sends a piece of wedding cake with Dad, and you touched on it earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Wilford Brimley pays him a visit, brings him a piece of cake, saying, your mother is just upset and thinking that you're not eating. So here's some cake.
He says, are you going to go into showbiz? What do you do? Like, sure. I'm making an effort.
Yeah. Like, and of course, a man of that nature.
He says, I'm a farmer.
Yeah, I'm a farmer in Indiana. I don't know these things. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Still my son.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's just okay. They just say okay.
Yep.
And we find out that he got home from the reception, from the wedding, and he had a phone call that he has been fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they went through with it.
Yeah.
They said, you do this and you're fired. Because the 90s.
Which we kind of find out that it was basically a team effort. Mm-hmm. Like the principal and I guess other teachers got together and says, no, we can't have him here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And they kind of blame it on the community. And I don't disagree. I think they probably had some phone calls.
Sure.
Of concerned parents.
Sure. All the fucking busybodies who can't keep their business to themselves.
Mm-hmm. The Karens of the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And so they force him out, and they have the next scene. There's a story on TV, and we are in Cameron Drake's beautiful California apartment with his supermodel girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
And he sees what's going on in his hometown and the fervor he has caused.
Yep.
And he decides to do the right thing and stop caring about himself for 5 minutes. And he goes home to his hometown to try to figure this out.
Yep.
Because he can see what he has done has created a bit of a mess.
You think?
Yes. I love when they get to the hotel. They're at a motel, excuse me, not even a hotel. They're in Greenleaf, Indiana, in a motel, and the supermodel is just like, I don't know what this is. Where are we? What is this?
And then she tries to use the phone.
I'm going to call my agent.
It's a rotary phone. She's like pushing the buttons. that aren't buttons.
She can't turn it. She just smacks it with her finger.
She doesn't know what it is. I had rotary phones at home.
Also, keep in mind, people today don't have rotary phones.
No.
I love watching videos.
Kids react.
Of kids react, trying to figure out how to use a rotary phone.
Old technology.
You have 1 hour to call your grandma on this phone.
Go.
And they can't do it.
Right.
It's mind-boggling, and I love it.
Yep.
I love it. But yeah, so he goes on the hunt. He's back home. He's trying to find Mr. Brackett, his teacher, and we know he's there. And then we see Joan Cusack. So she's been driving around all day, and she ends up at a roadhouse. And she's just like, I want a drink and peanuts. I don't care about anything anymore. I'm starving, and I hate everything. It's awful. And she's still in her wedding dress, and she meets up with Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
Because of course. And she hasn't been with a man in 3 years. So she just flings herself at him, basically.
And he says no.
Yeah.
No.
What, are you married?
Sorry.
Got a girlfriend?
I don't care about any of that. And he says, no.
I'm
not
gay.
any of that. I'm gay.
Is everybody gay? Yeah, and she just runs into the street and starts...
She explicitly says, "Will you sleep with me?"
Yeah. Will you marry me? I'm in the dress. I have the tickets. I'm packed.
Yeah, she's just yelling at passersby.
I need a heterosexual code red. And then she runs into Cameron Drake.
Matt Dillon almost hits her with his car.
She throws her body on the hood of his car to stop him.
To a point, yeah.
Yes, she needs a man. Now.
And then, he gets out and they have their little moment because they have history together.
Yeah. So
he was her student.
Him after school. Yep. And you started saying, are they going to fuck?
Are these two going to fuck in the street? Oh my God.
It didn't go that far, but there's definitely...
it's PG-13, guys.
He makes a move.
Yeah.
He makes a move.
And she even says, but you're my student.
Not anymore,
baby.
Not anymore. The years have gone by.
And he's already kicked his girlfriend to the curb.
Oh, yeah. He kicked her to the curb once they got there, and he's like, you're an idiot and a bimbo, and just goodbye.
Yep.
And he tells Emily, her, you were so beautiful. What did you do? Why you didn't need to be skinny. I always loved the way
I don't like no skinny bitches.
No. And they have a little dance in a moment.
Yeah.
And there you go. And she screams, I was fat. And that's my sister's favorite line in the whole movie.
It was delivered very well.
So my sister, you will know, she's a skinny lady now.
Yep.
But when she was a kid, when she was a little bitty thing, she was... My dad is so horrible. He called her Petunia because she looked like Petunia Pig.
Oh, no. I never heard this.
She had little pigtails and she was a chunky little baby. She wasn't a fat kid. She was cute and punchy, like babies are.
Kids grow out of stuff like that. They stretch out.
Yes, same thing. I was also like a chunky little baby. We were all chunky little babies. That's how babies are. But she always looks at pictures and she goes, I was fat. I love you, Katie. You weren't fat. You were just adorable. Don't anybody get a complex or anything.
No.
I promise we're all okay.
You can't see us, but we're not exactly skinny either, so hey.
No, and my sister didn't grow up with a complex about this, I promise you.
Definitely. So, moving on.
Graduation, Trent!
And then we get to graduation.
Because that's how time works.
Yeah.
So yes, at graduation, he's not been invited to graduation because he's been fired.
Yeah.
So we've got all the students there, and they are going around and they hand out the Teacher of the Year award to some other schmuck.
To some asshole who
keeps talking about Hoosiers.
You know,
what's the definition of a Hoosier?
Webster's dictionary defines Hoosier as that kind of trope.
Exactly. But the graduation ceremony is interrupted by, you guessed it, Cameron Drake.
Matt Dillon himself.
And of course all the girls somebody had to jump up and scream, "Oh my God, it's Kevin Kline!"
Yeah. And they all squee and have a...
Yep. And he has the teacher explain to him like he's an idiot.
Right.
He's like, I was a C student and now I'm an actor. You're going to have to explain it to me.
Right. Of course, he shows up wearing just fucking sweatpants and a jacket.
Yep. And he's got his little duffel bag.
Looking like a dirtbag.
Yeah. And he just is like, well, wasn't he up for this award? Yeah. But he's not eligible anymore.
He's been disqualified.
Mm-hmm. Because he no longer works for the school.
Well, why is that?
Yeah, why is that? Oh, well, it was a question of, what you do in your home versus elsewhere in the public, and he's a teacher, he's a public figure, so we can't have that. And so what you're saying is everybody's going to be gay, he's going to give off gay microwaves.
Right.
And then there's an I am Spartacus moment where everybody starts just leaping up and saying, "No, I'm gay.
Well, I'm gay.
I had him all year."
Yep.
And I guess I'm gay. It rubbed off.
Right. But that kid who stood up first, he is gay, right?
I don't know.
I think he is.
I don't know because I think because he's the one where he had gone and traveled
and he got the
scholarship.
Yep.
So I think you could interpret it that way. I don't think it's explicitly said anywhere.
Right.
He's got a girlfriend and everything, but I get what you're saying.
And I think the girl next to him who stood up after him, I think she stood up in solidarity with him.
Right.
I don't think
that's his girlfriend.
Is that what happened?
They're paired up the whole thing.
Okay.
But I could see how
maybe she also knew.
Well, or maybe he's just not actually out or anything.
Definitely not. But I think that was just him exclaiming, "You know what? I'm gay." Trying to help him out.
Right. So definitely he's trying to make a statement like it's okay that he's gay.
Right.
But I also could see because he's got, like I touched on this, there's an undercurrent where he's actually really conflicted this whole movie.
Yes.
Once he finds out about his teacher. And there's a couple of scenes they have together where he's like trying to connect with him.
Yeah.
But also he's like, but I shouldn't talk to you because nobody thinks we should talk to you because you're gay. Anymore. So I absolutely could see that interpretation.
Yeah.
That maybe actually when he's yelling, "I am gay," that he's actually saying he's gay. But he's doing it in such a way that he doesn't have to commit to it right now.
Right.
Because it kickstarts it.
Right, and I think you could have it both ways here. You could have it be, yes, it is true. He just kind of did it on a whim.
Yeah.
But at the very end, he kind of plays around with it a little bit and says, "I guess, I hung out, did all these things with him. I guess, it did rub off on me, so now I'm gay."
Right.
And then the girl stands up and says, "Oh my God. Now
my God."
Yeah, it's all over me.
Yep. She's like, it's creeping on her skin. No, I'm gay.
Right. And you could take it a couple of different ways.
Yeah. Yep. And then they say, well, you're students. You don't know anything. This is a matter.
You're just dumb kids. This is adult stuff.
The community says no.
Yeah.
And his brother stands up.
And then his dad stands up.
And then
his mother stands up.
I love when Debbie Reynolds is like, I'm a lesbian. Yep. And then it turns into his hairdresser and the stylist at the dress bar. The postman. A federal employee.
Yep.
And then the volunteer.
All of the firemen.
The volunteer fire brigade all stand up. And then in unison they say, "Gay!"
Yep.
And before you know it, the entire room.
Yep.
They're like, "It's fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
It's
We're
okay.
The community.
We are the community.
We're the community. This guy's okay. You can't fire him just because he's gay."
Yeah. And Cameron Drake says, well, maybe instead of the teacher of the year, you deserve something else. And he hands him his Oscar.
Yeah.
And then Bob Newhart grabs his arm and throws it up in the air. And you were like, you don't get to do that.
You don't get to do that with him. You were against him. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, it's kind of that thing where it's like, would you really want to work there anymore after they did that to you?
Oh.
If you want to continue to live in this little bitty town, it's probably the only option you have.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna forget that.
No.
No, there's a lot of
by the way, he's with Tom Selleck now, Betsy.
I mean, that's kind of the implication.
To a point. So that's my point here. He's with Tom Selleck. He ain't going to stick around. He's going to be in show business, Betsy.
Obviously. Obviously. So, yes, everybody has this, I am Spartacus, we are one, we're all gay, it's fine. Sure. And then the last scene, they're having a wedding.
Whose wedding is it, Betsy?
Whose wedding? This unusual couple. And you're kind of led to believe, it's Tom Selleck and him.
Right.
But it's not. They had this big reception hall, so...
Also, it's 1997.
Yes.
That's not legal.
We weren't ready for that yet.
Especially not in Indiana.
So instead, we're going to renew our wedding vows with Wilford Brimley and Debbie Reynolds. And you thought it was sweet.
That was cute. I like that a lot.
She's in her wedding dress.
She gets to have a wedding, goddammit.
She got her wedding.
Yeah.
And so they renew their wedding vows and then have a big party.
And Macho Man is playing.
And Macho Man! And there's a big conga line, and Bob Newhart is trying not to dance, but also trying to dance, but also not trying to dance.
But then Kevin Kline gets behind him, and he's like uncomfortable with that being behind me, and yeah.
And then, you just kind of get to see everybody there. So, like, the supermodel is now with his brother.
Yep.
And Cameron Drake and his ex-fiancée, Emily, are sitting there eating cheesy poofs.
Yep.
In the corner.
Yep.
Happy and eating. And, we're just... It's like a party of love and acceptance.
Yeah, it was kind of full circle here from the beginning because, it was very, very wholesome at the beginning, him being the teacher and teaching, Shakespeare and all this stuff. It got really dark. It got really dark there.
It's not really dark, but it is dark.
When you
compared to the levity of the first 20, 30 minutes.
Yes. I was not expecting it to go that direction, but I'm glad we ended up where we did.
There you go.
I liked it a lot. I'm glad we finally watched it.
All right. Well, I'm glad because, like I said, I was a little nervous watching this at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how much stuff am I forgetting in this movie? And
because, of course, when you're watching it before, all these other times, you're not going to really analyze it. You're here for a good time.
Right. But I like this movie. I don't think it's aged as poorly as it could have. This could have been really bad.
Totally.
And then, there's some movies like this where they just need to get buried. Like, they're bad, and we need to not talk about those movies.
Yes.
Because they were just made through the lens of, let's use everything as a joke. Because, like, there's a lot of movies from the 90s where I think the trope is the gays are the punchline.
Sure.
And even after this movie, there's a couple movies like that it's like, we need to maybe not have made that movie.
One movie I can think of right off the top of my head, I have actually seen most of this movie, and not because it was the whole gay thing, but it was just a really bad movie. It was I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Why?
That movie was god awful.
Why?
I was in a house with some people that wanted to watch it. They rented it. They put it on the TV.
Lord, no.
I was in the room. I did not want to be there. It was fucking awful.
That movie, I am shocked it got made at all because of when it got made.
It was like 2004?
I think it was later than that. It was like 2009.
Ooh, I don't remember.
It was about 8 years later than it should have ever been
too
made.
Late.
Basically.
Oh, that was
I don't
awful.
remember the exact year, but I know it got made way too late.
Yeah.
And so that movie is an example of bad.
Burn it with fire.
Burn it with fire. That's where everyone's a cliche and you're a punchline.
Yeah.
This movie, maybe it doesn't always hit every note the way it should.
Yeah.
But I think the intention was there.
It was fair.
They were trying to handle it delicately.
Yeah.
They were trying to have sympathy and trying to get you to have maybe an opinion you didn't have before.
Right. And, of course, being the 90s, you're not going to cast a gay actor.
Right.
All these actors are straight, as far as I know.
I believe you are correct.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. So you said you had never seen a Kevin Kline movie.
Yeah.
What did you think of him in this movie?
Delightful.
He is a charming, funny man.
Absolutely.
One of these days we are going to watch the movie that he won an Oscar for.
It's A Fish Called Wanda, right?
That's the one. Because the little affectations and things, like when he kind of stammers and gets really loud and just like intensity in his face.
Good God, did this man have energy?
He's got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
In A Fish Called Wanda, it's like a 15.
Wow.
If you thought this was an energy, let's call this like a 9.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, let's give this is a 9 for him when he's at his maximum.
Yeah.
A Fish Called Wanda, he's like a 15.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to when we finally watch that because, again, I like Kevin Kline. And he does a lot of these movies in the 90s, just these like charming, funny movies. He's a charming man.
Agreed.
So, yeah. But if I would say anything, it's that. I like Kevin Kline. There you go.
Good enough. All right, Betsy. So that's In and Out.
That's the one.
We did it.
We did it.
But I think it is time for some emails.
Emails. I
Emails.
love when we get email.
Yes.
Send us email, everyone.
I really like emails. I like this part of the show. I hope you do too.
I hope you all do.
Yeah.
Send us emails.
You know what I would really like?
If everyone sent us emails.
If everyone sent us emails so that we could maybe do an email episode. Just a special with just emails about movies. I would love that.
Well, maybe someday.
Maybe someday
if we get enough email.
Yeah. But for now, we're gonna read Mitch's from Saskatoon.
Mitch from Saskatoon.
He had kind of a rapid fire kind of a thing here. Just his subject line, short and sweet.
All right.
Hello, Trent and Betsy. Here are my thoughts, short and sweet.
Okay.
It's like I'm a little teapot, short and sweet.
That's right.
First line here. Rob Schneider it's this brown goopy thing that has like a curly thing. And
a poop emoji.
It's got eyes and a mouth.
It's a poop emoji.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was chocolate ice cream.
He's talking about Demolition Man.
Rob Schneider is shit. I would agree with that sentiment. Thank you, Mitch.
So what you're saying is you want to watch Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo.
I want a divorce.
No, you want to watch Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo.
This podcast is over.
Okay, fine. The hot chick.
Oh, God.
The animal?
Why did you remind me of all this terrible, terrible stuff?
Because I've seen them all.
Why?
No, I didn't see the hot chick. I take it back.
Oh.
You watched I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Fair enough. Mitch continues. How have you not seen Rocky? It won Best Picture.
Because we're terrible people with too much to do. We're working on it. It's called a podcast.
It's called a podcast. We're getting to it. It's on the list, believe me.
We can't just watch Stallone movies all the time. We will run out.
Right. Not after a while. But yes, that is on the list. We will watch Rocky.
Yes.
Not all of them, though. I think... I don't want to get into that.
I don't know. We'll watch the first one.
We will watch Rocky. That we can promise you.
We will watch Rocky.
Moving on. This is in response to a question about... I think we actually addressed it to Mitch. We were talking about lunch money.
Yes.
In The Karate Kid. And the whole trope about give me your lunch money from bullies.
Yes.
He says, Canada has copious amounts of wheat and bacon to feed our school children. No lunch money required. I do like Canadian bacon, so thank you.
The movie?
John Candy's really funny.
I think I've seen Canadian bacon, but
I haven't seen Canadian bacon. But I know John Candy's in it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure John Candy's in it.
I think you're right.
Yes. Thank you, Mitch, for that. He continues. Impressions always exaggerate the characteristics of a person. This is talking about Stallone and his yeah. Impressions always exaggerate the characteristics of a person. That's what makes them funny. Look at Christopher Walken impressions. Yeah.
This is true.
It's true. The most exaggerated ones are usually the funniest, but you have to have some semblance of accuracy in order to make it work.
Right. The best ones are fairly accurate.
Yeah. And then responding to what you said about what's a movie that you know of that you don't know anything about. He says the movie is What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
That's interesting that he doesn't know what that is. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised more people haven't seen that.
Because it's DiCaprio, right?
Yeah, so that was kind of the thing that put him on the map.
Yeah, and he's autistic? That kind of a thing?
Yes, because Johnny Depp is actually the star of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird little movie.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in many years.
I've never seen that one, but I think I would agree with him, but I think I know more than that. I could give you that gist. It's about a family. It's like a poor family, right?
Yes.
Yeah, poor family with at least a couple of kids. One of them is Johnny Depp, one of them is DiCaprio, and one of them is a little touched.
Yes.
So, yeah. That's about all I know about that. Maybe more than Mitch. But that's it. He says, keep on keeping on.
Thanks, Mitch.
We will. And we have another one, Betsy.
That's madness.
What? 2 emails in one podcast? Wow.
Who could this one be from?
It's from Stephanie.
It's always from Stephanie.
Of course.
We can rely on Stephanie.
Yes. Talking about Resident Evil.
That's a movie we watched.
It is. She says... Yeah, I don't love this movie. It isn't horrible, but I have seen better zombie movies.
Fact.
This is the only one in the series that I have seen. I have seen 1 and 2.
Since we watched this one, you've kind of started and stopped the second one a few times.
I just kind of put things on sometimes just to remind myself in some cases, like, what, how did this movie start? Because I figured it was going to start with, in my memory, the second one starts exactly where the first one leaves off.
Immediately.
Yeah, but it doesn't. So I was wrong. She continues. Jason Isaacs reminds me of John Hamm for some reason. I also love that he plays villains so well.
I would have to have her elaborate on the John Hamm thing. I don't quite get that.
I think his face is kind of that almost chiseled kind of a thing. His face has a lot of definition.
But he has more of like a...
It's more skinny.
More skinny.
Yeah.
Skinnier face.
But it's still defined.
Yeah.
In a very unique way.
Jawline.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, he was the narrator.
You never saw him.
But he wasn't the narrator.
He was. In Resident Evil, he was the voice at the beginning.
He was the voiceover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not the narrator. But...
Yeah, I wouldn't characterize him as the narrator, but he was the voiceover. Anyway, she says, I agree that the names in this movie suck. Yeah. Yeah.
Accurate.
Yep. Remember that, that main character that's on the poster? What's her name?
Sure.
No one knows.
I don't know.
She doesn't have a name.
Lady.
Lady
in red.
Chick Lady in red. Yeah. I do love ridiculous violence and the hallway scene. Smiley face.
That was so stupid.
I cannot believe that you did not
know anything about that.
Wow.
I live under a rock, Trent.
Jesus.
Let me live under my rock in peace.
Hey, I don't get to say that very often. To you. Of all things.
It's true.
And she says, hooray for creepy British children. Hooray indeed.
Hooray.
She continues, I will say that if there was a zombie apocalypse, or even just an outbreak, just a little outbreak, just a little zombies.
A little zombie T-virus, whatever.
It's zombie season. You just got to watch out. They'll go away in the winter.
Yeah. They go dormant.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, or even just an outbreak, there would be a lot of people that would refuse to believe that those are zombies because it is just ridiculous. So theoretically, they would try to come up with some scientific explanation and term, or just another word to make them feel less dumb. That being said, there is probably a pretty good chance that there would be at least one person in the room yelling, "Holy shit, zombie, shoot it in the head."
I really sincerely hope that in the event of a zombie apocalypse, someone acknowledges those are zombies.
Right.
Be prepared.
Hopefully that will not happen.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I got enough on my plate. Yeah. I don't need a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. And She finishes, Mila Jovovich is a badass, but isn't utilized as well as she should be. But her best movie will always be The Fifth Element.
Obviously.
Correct.
Watch it. It's awesome.
Correct. From superfan Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. And that's it. That's it. Betsy?
Yeah.
You finally got me to watch it.
I did. And you know what? You too, listener, could be a super fan.
Yeah.
You could reach out to us.
You can reach out to us. You can follow us. You can pay us with money.
All the things.
How do you do that, Betsy?
On the internet.
Oh, the internet, eh?
With buttons.
What? Why do you press a button on the internet?
Because that's how you get it done, Trent.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Email us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com if you wish to reach out and talk to us. And we'll talk back, but later.
Later, in this form. We get them all.
Yeah. We read them all, and then we talk about them on the podcast. Yeah. I'm not, except for the one email I got from some douchebag who said, oh, I saw your page somewhere, and we would like to reach out and talk about influencer, blah, 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 blah.
We're going to be influencers, guys.
No, you're a scam artist. I'm not going to give you my information. Go away. But, yes, please, email us. We want to read it on the podcast. We want to talk about it. If you want to be anonymous, you can. I don't care. Betsy doesn't care. You don't have to read your name. No. Give us a fake name. That'll work too.
We like fake people.
Fake people are great.
Yeah.
My name's not even Trent.
What?
Oops. Follow us on Twitter, neverseenit_pod on the Twitter machine. You can also support us financially.
Click the button.
Click the button in the podcast description about support on anchor.fm. You can see it. You can find it. You're smart people. You're listening to this podcast anyway.
And you made it this far.
Oh my God, Betsy, this is a really long podcast.
Let's shut up now.
We need to go away and get some food and drink in our bellies.
Yeah.
Because I'm famished.
Okay.
So, we're going to leave it there. This has been Never Seen It. I'm Trent.
I'm Betsy.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.